Hello, my beautifuls. Welcome so much to Cosmic Love Tarot. My name is Wendy. The energies are really mixed. Even my videos are going a little bit wild. I tried to put on video and it kept on taking photos, and then when I tried to delete them, it started taking videos. It's really strange. But the energy is like that too. It feels that you know who you are, you know where you're going, you know where you've been, you know what you've learned, and it feels that the energy that's going on, it's feeling, I'm not going to say, it's not as if it's stagnant, but it feels as if it's nostalgic, remembering your journey, remembering, it feels your femininity. It's remembering when you tapped into your sensuality. It's remembering when you tapped into your high priestess. It's remembering when you tapped into your goddess. It's remembering who you are. It's remembering your divinity. It's remembering your power, your wisdom, your knowledge. But there is something that's keeping you in that I'm not going to say sadness. It doesn't feel sad. It feels the innocence, the innocence of the past. It's a bit of a strange energy that I'm picking up. The innocence of the past. The innocence of the past. I'm not sure what that means. Not really. I can take that in many ways, but I don't know what this particular energy is trying to tell me. The innocence of the past. Remembering the innocence of the past. What does that mean? Okay. I thought I'll use this deck that I don't seem to use my tarot cards as much as I used to. But this card also, these cards, they're, I know, what were they? They were more of the mythical cards. These cards always remind me of the Greek myths and legends, but they're also part of our psyche. They're part of our soul. I remember when I first brought these cards, I was really tapping into unknown, really. I was tapping into more of the medieval time. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but maybe you've either tapping into that time. Maybe Greece is meaning something, Italy. I don't know, I just got Puerto Rico. I really do not know why. Okay, let's see. What does the divine want to tell the collective? What does the collective want to know? Okay. The Queen of Wands. Very passionate, very giving, fire sign, which could be Sagittarius, Aries or Leo. I'm picking this up as a Leo. Very nurturing, very family, giving. I see the Queen of Wands as very sensual. Even if she wore a black bin liner, she would still be extremely sensual. She's her own, she's holding her own energy. This is where I feel where you are at. Okay. Justice. I'm also seeing that as Anthea. I don't know why, but Justice. You've got that owl on the shoulder, so it's seeing from a higher perspective of the lessons learned, insights, knowledge, wisdom, the sword of truth. Empress, wow. 3 feminines, the Empress. See that as the goddess coming into birth. You could be pregnant or finding out that you are pregnant. But this is the mother, this is the divine, this is the goddess. She's the one that creates. She's full of abundance. Even this flow, it's the ebbs and flows, the moon, the sun, the stars. She's in tune with the cosmos, Mother Earth energies. She's in tune with the energies of the earth. She reminds me when I went on my goddess retreat. The most ironic thing is when I went on my goddess retreat, because I needed to really understand my own femininity, to understand who I was as a woman. And I'm going to tell the story because it might actually resonate with you. And I've always been in committed relationships, so to find my own independence, to find my own strengths, I went in on my goddess retreat, and I went in my 19-foot motorhome, and my sat-nav sent me into a farmer's field, and I got stuck. It was so ironic. And I'm telling you this for a reason. I'm not sure what it is at the moment. But anyway, I got stuck in a farmer's field and I panicked. And I couldn't get out of this mud that was in the field. And I had to dash to the farmer. I had to go up to the farmer's house and I knocked on the door and the farmer's wife came to the door and she told me that her husband had just come out of hospital. He'd had an heart attack. It's so kind of weird. It's all strange, the whole situation was. But anyway, I told them that I was stuck in their field and the farmer was so beautiful. He got out of his chair, he came out and he told me to jump into his tractor and his 2 dogs, and he took me back down to his field and he put a chain around my motorhome and he got me out of this mud. And I went on my merry way to this goddess retreat, which was absolutely wonderful. And it was all about completely stripping off. They was all feminines and it was the full moon. It was July, it fell in my birthday. And it was the full moon, and for the first time I stripped off in front of all different ages of females, different ages, different sizes, and we all stripped off, and the only 2 that didn't strip off was these beautiful young girls. And I just turned round to them completely naked and I just looked at them and I said, come on. And they did. And this was about really, really tapping into the sensuality of the divine feminine, the power of it. And it was the most amazing experience. And after my 4 days of my goddess retreat, I then ended up getting stuck again. This time it wasn't in a field, but it was on a really steep bank. And the gravel had just been, the road had just been gravelled. And I had a lot of traffic behind me and a lot of traffic in front of me. And for some reason, I just did not panic. And I just got out and I said, I'm sorry, I'm on my own. I really can't go up the bank. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. And another farmer came down and he towed me. And everybody cheered me. And it was the most biggest celebration for me, for my confidence, because I was not in a good place prior to this. And what I learned from that, wow, I really wanted to tune into my own femininity. I wanted to tune into my own sensuality. And I ended up dependent on 2 masculines. Now, what it taught me was that it is really about balancing the yin and yang. Okay? And I feel that's what the Queen of Wands does. She knows her power. If you look at the lioness, she will give birth to life, but it's the lion that will look after the cubs and the lioness will go out to work. And that is the strength of your femininity. You have the power to create whatever you choose to create. But it's also about honouring and respecting the masculine. Okay? That's what I'm feeling here. And it feels right. You got the Ace of Swords again, the Sword of Truth. It can be, the Queen of Wands could. You could. You have the strength and you have the courage to cut anything else that doesn't serve you well. Anybody that undermines you, disrespects you. You'll cut them out. Because you love yourself. You value yourself. You respect yourself. And this is what the Empress has brought in. Within you. to honour and respect yourself, even though you still respect and honour other people, and you have compassion for everybody else's situation and what's going on in their lives. You are valuing your own time, your own space, your own energy, and you will cut out whatever does not serve you. That's what the Justice is about. The Five of Swords. You have learned a valuable lesson about, you have learned a valuable lesson of being an empath. You give, and it's always been a one-sided relationship. It does not matter what kind of relationship it is. It could be a love relationship, a friendship, a family, children, you know, your own children. It's always been a one-sided relationship where you've always cared and thought about that other person, and you've never received it back, and you've always accepted it. You just accepted it, and you just carried on in your merry way of still carrying on, nurturing and creating everything around you that was really important to you. But Justice has stepped in, and that Justice stepped in to value yourself and put that love back into yourself, okay? And the Five of Swords had to kick in, because the Five of Swords had to say, look, you have to start giving it back to yourself. You have to start loving yourself, appreciating yourself, because this is what it's, oh God, Temperance, right? Temperance really does represent what I was about to say. Give and take, okay? Give and take. When you give, you are not letting anybody else give back, okay? Because you're not making, you're not having a tantrum because somebody's not giving back to you. You just let it be and you just give. But what you're enabling another person to open up their own heart and give back. And the only way that you can do that is to stop giving to the ones that's choosing to keep on taking. I hope this is making sense to you. And this is why Justice is right in the middle, because it's about that balancing of the scales. There is the scales. It's the balancing of the give and take. And it's also the balance within yourself of the masculine and feminine. Okay, where do I want to go now? I feel that these right here is about the energy of what's going on within you. If this resonates with you, where you are feeling nostalgic of the past, even though you know how far you've come and what you've learned about yourself, it feels as if you are, if you were the Empress at the very beginning of your life, you would have changed it. But it's took you all this time to really integrate the power of your own femininity to reach the goddess energy. And through that, you have reflected back at the feminine roles that was your like your icons, the mother, I'm picking up from this that it's the mother that was the biggest influence on you. It could be a mother that, it could be the mother that worked really hard to support the family, and you never had time. You never had time to nurture yourself. You never had time to really nurture your own children, to spend time with them, because you was always out working, keeping the roof over your head, paying the bills, putting food in the cupboards. When you was working, when you was home, you was then being the mother, being the wife, or whatever it would be. But it feels as if you never had time for yourself to appreciate your own femininity. That's the energy I'm picking up from this. Okay. I'm not seeing any masculine energy here. I'm seeing more of the air sign, fire sign. Temperance is constantly about balance. It's balancing out. It's like having a foot in both worlds, the conscious and the unconscious, the intellect and the emotion. Where everything that you've ever done, you've always had to balance everything out. It's like balancing out your finances, your work life, your home life. But when the temperance has come in and shown itself, it's showing me that it was all to do with balancing out your give and take. That's what it's feeling to me. And it's this energy that is making you feel kind of stuck. It feels sad, but it's not sad. It just, you know, it was a lesson that you've learned about yourself. It's quite nostalgic. It feels to me that you are really coming into your own. Ten of Pentacles. Even when you look at the Ten of Pentacles, it's the masculine that's holding the baby. That's the, you know, this is the security, the foundations in life. This is what you created. But the softness that was required, that was needed, is the mother. And I feel that with this card, it's like reflecting back at your own childhood and reflecting back at your own as a child and how you saw your own mother. This is quite deep in its own way, really. You've got the world here. We're going through a lot of this transition. I feel this is a portal. This is, I'm just picked up straight away this 8-8, so August the 8th, it's the 8-8 portal. It's like the Lion's Gate. Lionsgate portal, where you're going to really come into your own divinity, the integrating your masculine and feminine within. That's the energy I feel with this card. It's like you've gone through so much healing. It's that balancing, like the temperance, the balance of masculine, feminine, give and take, inner, outer, conscious, unconscious, higher, lower, inner, outer. It's everything is all coming in for you. But it feels as if in this energy that I've picked up, it's like a moment of silence, a moment of it's not even a moment of reflection, it's not a moment of purging or releasing, it's like a moment of peace, a moment of just embracing the moment, let it be, let it flow, energy. As if it's getting ready for this 8-8 Lionsgate portal. That's the energy I'm picking up. Okay. Whew, that was a bit heavy. Okay, but beautiful. It's all about the feminine. And it's not gender specific, okay? But it is about the feminine energy. Okay, where do I need to go from here? So what's going to be happening? I feel the 8-8. I feel like I'm more drawn to that now. Because I feel like that you're going to start to get this stillness up until that portal. So what is necessary, what is required from the divine to help you to be in this stillness, this patience as you're going through this transition. This is the energy I'm picking up. So what cards? Let me just see what I'm drawn to. Okay, straight away I'm drawn to these. Let's see what Gaia, sorry. Connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through this time of change. Beautiful with what I've just said. It's just sitting still with the pulse of Mother Earth, tuning into Mother Earth as the Empress. Okay. This energy is feeling so beautiful. And it's making more clear sense now for me because I was picking this energy up. And also this energy, I will still be part of this energy, being a feminine energy. I remember going through all this energy as well. But it feels peaceful. Let's see what else. Is there anything else that needs to come out? Guidance. Guidance. You are not alone. You are guided by the masters and the teachers of the highest realms. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So your spirit guides, your ascendant masters are around you. I feel your celestial family is around you. Something is happening towards the Lionsgate portal. You've done so much inner work, inner child woundings. You've done a lot of that. You've done a lot of purging, a lot of releasing. And that is you. That's why you have the Empress. Okay. As star seed beings, let's see what the celestial family would like to say to you. What would they like to say to you? What is it that you need to know as we're getting closer to the 8-8 Lionsgate portal? I don't know what planets are in. What is needed right now? What messages? What messages is needed? Okay, I'm going to take all those. Star Brothers has come out again. That's come out, I think, twice now. And I'm still in the same energy over the last few weeks. I work with energy. But what's happening is whatever I've said, there's an extension on each thing, whatever I've talked about, because we're all working on different frequencies. And so what I'm picking up now, it's more for the feminine, the divine feminine. Okay. We the ethers, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. This one came out a few days ago. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. I am going to read from the book for this. The 7 Star Sisters, Birthing Creation, Tapestry of Life and Expression. If you've noticed, even this is about the feminine. Okay? This is a very, very powerful divine feminine here. And why I'm reading from the book, because I want to get a really big, clear understanding of what each card really represents. It doesn't deserve just me reading this. It just doesn't serve it. Okay? And I am part of this. I belong here too. Even though I went on my goddess retreat, I think 10 years ago, I think it was. And I've been in isolation for a long time, working through that and embracing that. This has always been a challenge for you also, which I've always loved this card. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. Now, this card represents how many people have you had to let go of? How many people has walked away from you? Because you are weird. You're strange. You're not the norm. It's quite laughable, really, because you are standing in your own truth, your own wisdom, your own knowledge. And how can you be like sheep as a norm? And so you stepped onto your path. You're already heading towards your north node. Okay, we the ethers. Let's see. One, two, two, which is number 5, which is the throat chakra. Communicating with yourself. Let's have a look. Okay, birth is a portal that ushers a new life. The ethers are here to remind you that you're a child of the Cosmic Mother and you're being called to be held by her deep and never-ending love and embrace. This is a tender, nurturing card, reminding you to receive the deep, deep love of the Mother's embrace. The ethers know that the journey on earth can be rocky and lonely at times, but you're being reminded to rest more deeply in Mother's arms. This is a card of extreme potency, of femininity, of creation, and of a birth. You're being called to mother yourself and others too, to surrender to your sacred femininity, to create and surrender to your own creations, to old and be old. You're being called to remember your place in the web of life and to realise that the Cosmic Mother is watching you every step of the way. You may be going through a transition right now, moving from one way of being to another. If so, you're being reminded that you're cradled in sacred container, that you're more old than you can possibly imagine, and you have access to more love than your heart can bear. If you're struggling in any way, you're being reassured that things will work out. Open yourself to receiving the overflowing love of the Cosmic Mother, flooding towards you from every direction. Let it stretch your heart. Okay? Place your heart on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. I allow the deep love of the Cosmic Mother to wash over me. I'm loved. I'm held. Okay? So where I mentioned that it's all to do with the mother and where you've always had to, in your past, to not only provide but also to nurture. You never nurtured yourself, and that also took you back to your inner child wounding, because you've had to do all that healing. You've worked really hard, and while you've looked back at your inner child wounding, you also was not nurtured. Your mother was also absent, maybe possibly working. And you've also recognised that that feminine energy has been passed on over many lifetimes, where the mother has had to shut down those nurturing instincts and just to give those basic needs to the children, where it's keep the roof over their heads, food on the table, clean clothes for school. It's everything that needed to be done, that was necessary to be done. But you forgot to nurture yourself because you did not know how to nurture, because you never experienced that motherly nurturing, but you learnt to nurture yourself through your experience. And you come into the goddess, and that's where you started to really embrace the mother. Okay? How powerful the femininity is to create life. Okay, you're not for everyone. And that in itself has been challenging in your lifetime. You're not for everyone. If you're not going to be doing the norm, you're not going to be for everyone. And that's okay. It's okay. And you know that. It's okay. You've accepted it. If people don't like you, you cut them out. It's basically piss off. I was going to say something worse than that, but because it's not their journey, it's not their story, it's yours. And yours alone. Okay. 132. Because you've learned that nobody is going to nurture you better than yourself. No one. Except for the cosmos. Okay. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it's also filled with those who will love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to the people who can hear you. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them to walk alongside you. You'll be wasting both your time and theirs, and lightly inflict unnecessary wounds that will take precious time to heal. You're not for them, and they're not for you. Politely wave them on and continue on your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing your true north. Pulling this card means that you're being called to embrace your uniqueness, to own your weirdness, to let the world see who you really are, to reveal your multifaceted, multidimensional nature, not to dim your light according to who is in your presence, to own all parts of yourself so that your people, the ones who are the same kind of weird as you, can recognise who and when your paths cross. How can you embrace your weirdness and not care so much about what others think? So think about that. How can you embrace your weirdness and not care about what other people think? You know what? You have spent so many times being cloaked with no one hears you and no one sees you. It doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you do. They cannot see you, they cannot hear you. Always remember that. If they cannot hear you and they cannot see you, then they don't value you, they do not respect you, they do not honour you. Let it go. Let it go. If it is not that constant give and take, let it go. Stop putting yourself out of balance. You've got to get back in balance, because the 8-8 Lionsgate portal is all about balancing out the masculine feminine. Okay? The 7 Star Sisters, birthing creations, the tapestry of life and expression. The 7 Sisters. There are new creations that want to be born, beauty that's yearning to be woven, new consciousness that's longing to be breathed into your life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to these creations, to usher in new eras of consciousness and do your bit of weaving and web of life. This is the card of the artist, the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through you? What new creations are whispering in your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we feed ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is re-owned as the planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of our true nature. Perhaps you're being called to surrender to a creative project, such as a new business or a book. Or perhaps you're being called to weave beauty in your home or in the way that you cook. Regardless of the end result, you're being called to express yourself through your creativity, to surrender to the creative projects that both scarce and excite you, to find a way to weave beauty back into your everyday life. For where there's creativity, spirit and soul are present, and the world needs these qualities more now than ever before. This is so beautiful, and it reminds me, It reminds me that when I was at that point of I've been homeless and I finally found a place. Um, I was always busy working prior to that. So I used to buy, I mean, I never really shopped in charity shops prior to that. So because I'd hit rock bottom and I was starting again, I started to look at second-hand furniture. And the most beautiful thing that happened from that, I started to get creative. And this could be also you, or you're being drawn to certain things. And what I did, I started to buy second-hand furniture or furniture that people was chucking out. And I started doing up furniture. And it was the most creative thing that I ever done. And it was the most rewarding and fulfilling thing that I could possibly have done for myself because that came from me. Every single thing that I put into that pieces of furniture, the colour of the paint, how I just stressed it, what else I added to it, that all came from my heart and from my soul. And the more I looked at it after I'd done it and realised that actually came from me, I created that for me. And there could be something that you are manifesting in your life, that you're thinking about. Go ahead and do it. Do it. Create it. Create whatever you are being drawn to. Create it. Nurture it. And let it grow. Okay? I think that's beautiful. And it really is for the divine feminine. Okay. Is there anything else that I need to say? Okay. We're coming into the new moon, aren't we, in Leo? Is that the 4th of August? The new moon of manifestation. So focus on that. Focus on what do you want to manifest. Ready for your 8 at Lionsgate portal. I'm not sure what the new moon is in. Is it classed as being in Leo? I'm going to check on that. My phone's being very slow. Got full moon, I don't want the full moon. Okay, I've got July. Oh no, that's wrong. Hold on. August the 4th is a new moon. I'm not sure if that's UK or depends where you are in the world. Okay, so like I said, the new moon is all about manifesting. And the new moon, I've just clicked into this, it said that the new moon also represents new beginnings, which of course that is what you're manifesting, whatever you're going to be manifesting. And all my reasons has been leading to the new beginning. The new moon phase is more introspective times and represents new beginnings as we plant seeds for the future. It's a good time to set clear intentions for the month ahead. Clarify your goals, set new projects, and acknowledge your growth since the previous last new moon. Okay? Yeah, so it is all about manifesting. So let's see what the moon cycles, what's they want to tell us. These cards tend to stick together. Let's see. Okay. I'm just going to split the deck. I time to give rather than take. It's the new moon in Virgo. Okay, Virgo. A time to give rather than take. I really feel, because I said that, you give, and it's time to take back, let another person give. Because when you are letting another person give back to you, you're also helping them to feel good, open up their own heart. That's what I'm picking up from that card. Adjustments are required, and bring love into a situation. Step out of your comfort zone. Okay, don't let pride get in your way. That's a full moon in Leo. It's time to release negativity. Scorpio, believe in the impossible. Okay. And balance spirituality to practicality. Okay. Even though I pulled out quite a lot there, I really feel the time to give rather than take. I felt it was the other way round, and I'm still going to stick to that. So it feels to me that that is what you're requiring, is to let others give to you and for you to take. That's all I'm picking up from this card. And that's what you need to adjust to. It's the mother, it's so easy for the feminine to give, and there has to be a balance. For you to tap into and balance out the masculine energy, the masculine will take and the feminine will give. It's the constant flow of the polar opposites. So not only do you need to let that happen outside of you, it's also happening within you. That's the energy I'm picking up, because it's coming into the portal of completion. It's a transcendence and bringing in love into the situation, because you are helping anybody else that wants to give back to you. You are also helping them to open up their hearts, like I said, and to feel good. You're healing them. They are healing themselves when they give. We all feel good when we give, and we can feel more uncomfortable when we receive. Well, it's time for you to start receiving. It's time for you to start receiving compliments. It's time for you to receive people wanting to do things for you. Don't even feel vulnerable when you're feeling, don't even feel weak. Accept it. Accept a compliment. Accept when somebody wants to do something for you. Accept when somebody wants to show their love and their appreciation and their kindness. Let that happen. Flow with it. Just like the temperance, flow with it. Okay? And balance. It's all about balance. Balancing out your spirituality and being practical. Because to be true to yourself, you cannot do everything. You have to work as a team, a group, a community, a collective. and to step out of your comfort zone. And it's North Node. You have to step out your comfort zone and start receiving. Stop always thinking that you're the only one that can provide or always be there when people need help, support and guidance. You've got to help yourself, and you've got to guide yourself, and you've got to support yourself first. Most important, self-love. And to believe in the impossible. To believe in the impossible is to accept the possible. Everything that you dream of is possible to be manifested into your reality. And don't let pride get in the way. This card, full moon in Leo, really represents the Queen of Wands. And she's a fantastic nurturer, great worker. She's really good at saving her money and putting things aside, say for Christmas, birthdays. And she's very caring. She cares for people. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And being too prideful can actually be a detriment. You can be too prideful to ask for help, too prideful to say, I can't do that. Even too prideful to say, even to stand your own, to say, I think it's about time you started giving back, because if not, I'm not going to give anymore. When you're too prideful, it's like it can be just acceptance. Oh, I'll do it. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I didn't get that. It doesn't matter that, they don't show that they care. I know that they do. It doesn't matter. I won't be offended by it. I won't be hurt by it. But deep down, you are. You are hurt. You are offended. You are upset. And because of that, you can hold on to those negative thoughts. And those negative thoughts can also stop you from evolving. It can stop you from coming into alignment with your own divinity, femininity, masculinity. It's time to release negativity. And the Scorpio represents completion. Completion of negative, positive, completion of light and dark. It's the old completion of all of it. Okay? So I want to just go with the angels. And what does the angels want to say for you as we going through the run-up to the 8-8 portal? What does the angels want to tell the feminine energy? Like I said, it's no gender specific. You could be a male energy and feminine energy, which is very creative, nurturing, emotional, creativity. What does the angels want to say? There you go. Okay, Andrea. You are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of the inhabitants. Okay? So this is where you're aiming for, and it's all about you being still at this present time, being still and just integrating everything that you've learned and bringing it all together. It feels more at peace with it. Just feels that silence of trusting. So I'm hoping that this is just bringing you some form of clarity or confirmation of what you already know. Okay. Yes, you are a light worker, and as such you have always had a burning desire to make the world a better place. It is a deep calling that is beyond time and space. You are often called into service during ordinary circumstances, such as when you're shopping for groceries and someone needs your help. Right now, your life's mission is expanding so that you can reach even more people. This will require you to make some life changes that you will learn about through your inner guidance. You are deeply sensitive to others' emotions, and it is important for you to clear yourself regularly, especially after helping someone. You can call upon Archangel Michael, your other guardian angels, and me to clear you of toxins or cords that may have resulted from your helpful efforts. You are an earth angel, and we are happy to assist you in all ways. Just ask. And like I said, you have always been a giver and a provider. You've always been tapped into your masculine energy, but you've forgotten to nurture yourself and take care of your own needs, because your inner child, I feel from your inner child woundings, your emotional needs wasn't always met. Your nurturing needs wasn't always met, because again, possibly your mother could have been absent or was absent of working. And I'm also guilty of this one too. And, you know, in today's society, a lot of the mothers have to go out to work, and, you know, we've done it. I've raised children. I've had to work full time. And there's a lot of things that I did regret, of course, being a mum. And, you know, there's a lot of things that I didn't share, I didn't do, I didn't have time for. And but I kept the roof over their heads and food on the table. So, and we end up being left with that, you know, regret. And we're also left with recognising that we just don't nurture ourselves. We're the last on the back burner. And it's really important for you to nurture yourself and to also embrace that you deserve to receive. You deserve to receive. Okay? And I will leave that there. And I hope this has brought you some clarification that you're on the right path. And yeah. Sending you loads of love, loads of light. And God bless. Thank you.